Hello, this is T. Patrick Murray, filmmaker, and I'm here to sadly defend myself against accusations by Larry Sinclair of extortion and misrepresentation of the rights that I purchased legally and by his own paradoxical acknowledgement in his webpage, where he has committed the crime in Florida and 13 other states of libel, which is to write something that is untrue about someone that you know is untrue. So let's just make this short and sweet. The situation is this. I am a documentary filmmaker, an award-winning one. I went to University of Pennsylvania and NYU Film School. I worked very hard at it. Right here I have a... that's my Student Academy Finalist Award for a film I made. And I also got 4 stars for a film called The Last Game, which was broadcast on ESPN about high school football. And so I've made fiction and I've made docs. Anyway, when it came to my attention that Larry Sinclair had made allegations against the president that I had voted for, I'm a registered Democrat, which came to my attention this spring of 2010. I contacted him immediately for 2 reasons. Number one, the mainstream media did not seem to be following it, which seemed to be very odd to me. They followed the Lewinsky scandal and certainly Watergate. So the allegations by Mr. Sinclair were quite as serious as they can get, actually. Without getting into them, they just were very serious. So anyway, I contacted him because I was startled by the lack of coverage. I also, as a Democrat, wanted to find the truth out. Simple as that. As a filmmaker, I don't say that I am technically a journalist. I think I am a type of journalist, just the way a blogger is a new type of journalist. An independent filmmaker that makes true stories can be a journalist like anyone else. So anyway, I was set out to find the truth. Now, because he entered this into the public record through his national press conference, it was not something I needed his permission to do. It's called public domain. I didn't need to go to him. But thinking that he may be telling the truth about such a incredible thing, I thought it was only fair as a courtesy to have him involved and work with him. So I made an agreement with him, and he signed the agreement in May, actually. And the agreement is, well, it's right here, actually. He has it on his website where he libeled me. But let's just sum up here. I mean, I'll cut to this in a second, but I just want to make this point. In this one-page libelous posting, he says a few things. Number one, he shows a picture of me holding my passport up. That's illegal. There's a Florida code. You cannot hold up people's personal information without their permission. My passport I'm holding up, it's absolutely illegal. Number two, he accuses me in the first paragraph of being someone that is on methamphetamine. Unlike him, I don't have any drug arrest. I believe he has some record in his past, which I don't judge him for, nor do I broadcast. But he simply has something in his past. I could care less about that. But he accuses me of being someone that acted like I am on methamphetamine. I have news for him and everyone. I am a passionate, eccentric, very high energy artist, and I talk fast and I get excited, and it's one of my best traits, one of my worst traits. It is not chemically induced, and anyone that knows me knows that this is my personality. Anyway, beyond that, he goes on to say that what I have done, the essential problem, the crime I committed was twofold. That I falsely went and asserted that I had the rights to his story. Okay, well, not only is that not true, because I have in my hand this agreement here that he signed, he actually includes the agreement, which is the agreement. So you can link on it and see the PDF. So we have a legal contract where for $1 I bought exclusive film rights to his story, which he signed and I signed. I gave him also, well, you can just read the terms, actually, why bore you? So he admits that I came to Florida to do that, and we signed it, and he includes it in his thing. And then he says I'm falsely, fraudulently saying I have these rights. What does that mean? Isn't that a contradiction? Well, perhaps because I'm trying to find the objective truth here, and I'm not just here to tell the Larry Sinclair story. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe he's figured that I wasn't controllable, or that I was someone that was going to do my independent analysis. Who knows what happened? I have no idea. All I know is that he wrote me and said, do like a cease and desist notice. Okay, and the thing is that when you have a contract with someone, you do not have the power to unilaterally just stop the contract or say cease and desist. And furthermore, he didn't even supply a reason. He just said, stop doing it. I said, I have a contract. I don't have to stop doing anything. He took that as a threat. As a threat. So it's a threat to protect my rights that I have in a contract, which he admits because he includes it. Furthermore, I informed him, I said, you know, Larry, one of the things I gave you as a courtesy in this contract, and I have all these emails, which I'll produce, because I am going to prosecute him under the criminal statutes of Florida and civilly. So this will all be public record, the emails and everything. So anyway, I said to him, you know, Larry, this is so odd that you're doing this, because A, you're attacking someone that's trying to help you if you're telling the truth. I'm your best friend if you're telling the truth. If you're not telling the truth, well, I'm not your best friend, but if you are telling the truth, I am. And you maintain you are telling the truth. That's the first thing. Number two, in the contract, I gave him something that I give all my documentary subjects. I say to them, listen, you don't know me, you just met me. I'm not going to ask you to trust me, so I am going to give you what's called an excise editing right, meaning I can't do a number on you. You know, we tell the truthful story, and I can't go and defame you. I can't go and do whatever and have you out of control. So in other words, the contract is his protection against the very thing he is supposedly worried about. So I said to him, I said, Larry, if you don't want this contract, if you don't recognize it, if you say it doesn't exist, it's not valid, you don't want it to be valid, you're going to be released, fine, but understand one thing. Your story is a matter of the public record, and you did it at the National Press Club. You are running for Congress in Florida. You're a public figure. All those add up to the fact that facts are not copyrightable, and I can go tell this story without you getting a percentage of it, without you having excise rights. I can do that. So if that's how you wish to proceed, fine. He said that this is the best part. I didn't have any money. I didn't have any money, and he paid for something, and that violated the contract. Well, I'll tell you what happened. Larry paid for his big meal that he ate when he met with me and his drinks, and he did buy me a drink. And he did pay for that in cash, or I think put his credit card up. And I said to him, I want to pay you back for that, you know, lunch on me. And he said, no, lunch on me. I said, okay, that's the truth. Now, he says, I didn't have any money to pay for my hotel room. Well, I'm going to produce my entire record for that hotel room. And I'm going to just say right now that at the end of this thing, well, I don't really want to bore you guys with documents, but I'm going to produce from the Hilton my record of everything that I did there. I'm going to show you that I paid for it prior to coming there through, I think it was Orbitz or some other site like that, Hotwire. I rented a car. Then he said I allegedly went on a cruise. I have evidence of that. I have evidence of every actually receipt that I engaged in down there. I spent over $1,000 executing this contract. So for him to say that I am wrong and have no money because he paid for his lunch and his own drinks, and he did buy me a drink, and he volunteered to. I'm not sure how that violates our contract when I paid for everything in my trip. But again, why are we trying to make logic out of this? What I've learned about Larry Sinclair is he's a guy who says you have no right to, say you have my story, and then he includes the PDF of our contract. He's a guy who says I'm extorting him when I released